Hey guys, it's Manipulation here with another build tutorial. This time it will be a PvT build, and I am going to be going over the CJ herO Pylon Rush opening. Now, I'm going to do a few things differently than what he does because, well, I'm not quite as good as he is. And I actually pylon scout whenever I do this, just to make sure that, like, especially on this map, Terrans a while back used to be popular with doing that ghost rush stuff. And if that's what's coming, then you have to do something completely different to prepare. So with this build, you're going to get your pylon pretty early and your gateway early. I did it normal time, so this build is going to hit a little bit later than it's supposed to. And then you get your gas on 16 as well. Now, what you want to do ideally with this probe is just scout the gas, make sure he's taking it and that he's not taking two, and then try and see the natural. But what I'm going to do is harass this SCV, as some lesser Terrans will lose the SCV, or, like I am getting now, plenty of time on this barracks being denied. So ideally you also want to keep this probe alive after your initial scout. Like, right now I've already made him pull SCVs and everything, so that's pretty much all you really want. But I am going to stick around and try and kill this SCV. I do end up getting it, and I pause this barracks for quite some time, so it's worth it, but at the same time that means I have to send out another probe later. Now at the 20 supply point, I go ahead and slap down my cyber core, and then he usually gets a nexus immediately afterwards, but I go ahead and throw down a pylon before the nexus, and I make a slight adjustment here. As the pylon finishes up, the nexus will be about ready, and I should have just canceled that probe, I think, and just done the nexus at 20. And then from here, you don't want to get any probes for a minute. Like, you'll see me start one here in a second, but I cancel it as the cyber core is about to be done. I take my second gas as the cyber core finishes up, and I want to get the mothership core as quick as possible. Now, immediately after starting the mothership core, you want to get your adept as quick as possible as well. And as soon as the adept is started, you can go ahead and send out the other probe, because likely, especially on a map like this, the probe goes this way, and whatever they send will go this way unless they manually tell it to do otherwise. So as I immediately send the mothership core across the map, which means I'll have no defenses at home for this Reaper, and you're going to get two adepts with this build. You send one straight across the map, and you keep the other one at home for the Reaper. So as you can see, the Reaper comes in here, and actually has a chance to do a lot of damage, but he just kind of scouts around instead. And then I get pretty lucky with him moving back into my probe line. So as you can see, I hit the probe, but actually I should have already started the pylons. Once the mothership core is right about here, if you start the pylons, they will be done when the mothership core arrives. Now back at home, both of my adepts are coming across the map. As they did kill the Reaper, I don't have to worry about that anymore, so I can just send it across the map. So mothership core gets here, I can see the bunker and I can stop it from completing. As you can see, he has no marines yet, which is likely due to him having his barracks delayed pretty heavily. So I kick off this first overcharge, and it is a mistake by me to not go ahead and tap that last time and get that free 100 mineral loss for him. But I want to go ahead and finish down this depot and start working on the other depot now. As you can see, I did not do that. I wasted time on the barracks. I'm not sure if I was back at home or anything. But on the back of this, as soon as you have 100 gas, go ahead and throw down a Twilight, and then your second 100 gas will go into a Robo. This will be for the follow-up part of this build. Now, as you can see, I have killed 2 depots, and I'm going to get this reactor pretty much for free. Taking a look at his marine count, he's only got 5, which cannot handle a mothership core and 2 adepts. He's got a bunch of SCVs already pulled, which means they're not mining. Take a look at the income tab. I'm mining quite a bit more than him, even though he has mules. So now that that's happened, the mothership core should just back off, but I sent it in for whatever reason and lost it. As you can see, I sent the adepts into the natural, which means the natural is not mining anymore. And now he's gonna just, instead of pulling his marines back to fight the adepts, he's leaving them to take out the pylons. So that leaves the adepts to free fight with the SCVs, getting a few free SCV kills here for me. Now, he did something interesting. He actually got turrets off the back of this, which most Terrans do not. As you can see, I've got a Dark Shrine on the way. My follow-up is to do a DT drop. Now, Zest, however, would probably do something like this because he's pretty much made the DT drop against Terran pretty popular for his GSL group. But herO likes to follow up with a Stargate, get an Oracle, some Phoenixes, and then handle business from there. I really don't like it as much. And then especially with seeing the turrets going up, I know my DTs aren't going to be as strong, so what I want to do is get the Adept upgrade research. Just in case my DTs don't do anything, they will still be a little bit of a nuisance, and I'll be able to just warp in Adepts, and they will handle Marines pretty well. So as you can see, from my opening, I've got a 10 worker lead, and if you look at his production, he's only got 1 barracks, 1 factory, and 1 starport. And then he's only got 2 add-ons, which is kind of a big deal. Right now he could have 3. Now he's wasting a scan to see what I've got, and he does see the Dark Shrine, but, I mean, if you look, he's only got 2 turrets. What you want to do with the DT drop is you actually want to have 3, but since I only had 2 gateways, I kind of ruined that. You send 1 up here, and you want to harass the barracks and the supply depots. And I actually got lucky and just found all these Marines out here, and they're stuck because of the depots. Then you want to drop the other DT right here to harass the add-ons. And then you want to send a 3rd DT into the natural, and then he'll have to handle all 3, which he won't be able to. And as you can see, I'm just going to cancel a stem. And that puts him down to no add-ons. And he's just forced to leave, because I mean from here, what can he really do? So that is the CJ herO Pylon opener. If you like the build, please leave a thumbs up. Thank you.